Welcome back to Life in Every Season. Hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day. And as I was just saying to Bruce, our Valentine's Day present to each other is our caterpillar tunnel. I'll let you go from there.
Okay. A little wind out. We're not going to talk long. There is a great installation video. This is a farmer's friend. They call it a Gothic caterpillar tunnel. We got a 50-foot one because you can see we don't have room for 100. We're on a pretty hilly location, and this was just recently filled in. It was a low spot, call it a pond, but we got dirt. Neighbor had a place to drop off dirt, so brought it over here, and we've got a spot to garden. We will show you the time lapse. It takes a lot of time for us to square a building. You'll see Kelly and I do that. It's the diagonals. You're not putting up a house, so we got within an inch of perfectly square. So that's a process. If you put one of these up, you're also going to see how old are we? We're old.
Yes, we're old.
We're almost 60. And so you'll get to see if a 60-year-old couple can put one of these up. I think the directions, the video, what did it say, 2 to 3 hours?
So we're going to double that.
Yeah, we're going to double that. We've already got the rebar in the ground. Like I say, we squared it up, found our corners, put the rest of the rebar in. And now we're going to try to put up our first bows. We're not going to do a step-by-step because, like I say, Farmer's Friend does a much better.
They do an awesome job.
Yep. So we'll put it on time lapse and get to work.
Come on and help us, y'all.
Welcome back to Life in Every Season.
We're so glad that you guys came by to see us today. Hope you're having a good weekend. Today, we're getting ready to do some more work on our Farmer's Friend Gothic caterpillar tunnel. They were called several names, but I had to figure out which one that they were using right now. And we'll show you the time lapse of us doing some of the work, but we wanted to give you some tips that we have found out in just putting this together. So Bruce, I'm going to let you start.
Okay, we mentioned earlier in the intro that the assemble time was 2 to 3 hours. That's for the classic tunnel from their website, the Gothic Pro, which is what we think we have. There's a lot of models, and I'm pretty sure we got the Gothic Pro because we got the extra bow in it. And assemble time is 5 to 10 hours. We're looking at probably 16 hours. And you can do a lot of this by yourself. You're watching a time lapse. I figured out how to drag a bow and put it up by myself. And we also noticed, you'll see that we're drilling on mainly 6x6s to have a flat surface off the dirt, out of the mud, because it is February, it is still mud season. And if you have knee trouble, I would suggest that you get some sawhorses and set it up. We did install, like the Farmer's Friend instructional video, the cross braces on the ground, but we slid the connector that goes around the pipe, around the gable end bow. We slid those on so we'd have to pry them apart. That's one of the things that was, at least for my old wrist, was one of the more difficult things. And a 6-foot step ladder is working fine, but if you're probably not, I'm about 6'1", use an 8-foot step if you have it. We just don't have one. And found out the drill screws are the other thing where you assemble the joints. There's one. If you'll at least pre-drill it, it was a lot easier. You don't have to go all the way through if you just get a start, because the hardest thing to do is take a drill bit on a round surface. And Gemma, what'd you help me with today before we got ready to put plastic on?
I think I helped you with the bows, I think.
Corner braces. Yep. And what was the stuff we wrapped around the ends? What goes in it?
It's a song. Wiggle.
Wiggle wire.
Yeah, she helped me with the channels that hold the wiggle wire. And those are another thing. Those were hard to do. I actually ended up getting my clamps to help me. And like I say, a 6-foot step was right at the minimum. I was as high as I wanted to go onto the ladder. So yeah, we've got the plastic rolled out, getting ready to cut it.
The cats are wanting to get on it, so we're kind of hurrying.
All right, so that's it.
Thank you so much. We'll wrap it up here in a bit and be back to you soon.
If you like it,
give us a thumbs up.
Please. Yeah.
And if you don't mind, you could subscribe.
Thank you.
Thank you, and leave comments. We kind of do things. I watch the video, I read instructions, but I kind of figure out my own way too. All right, bye.
Thank you.